Hello, awesome people. I hope you're having a great day today. Today we're taking a look at the next short novel, in the ACE Gamebook series called Beowulf Beastslayer by Jonathan Green. This is a Kickstarter a few years ago. That was very, very popular, and he started this gamebook series. He's published more than 60 gamebooks now, many in the fighting fantasy genre, which is a gamebook series. In these gamebook series, you're basically playing as a point-of-view character, kind of like a choose-your-own-adventure game, but you are actually playing the rules. Like, you're actually fighting fights, you're choosing stats, you're choosing different decisions, right? You're trying different abilities and that sort of thing. So that's what's happening in this gamebook series. So in this one, you are playing the character Beowulf in Beowulf Beastslayer. You are choosing your character. Your stats are typical for this field. You have agility, which you use to dodge, and you have combat, which you use to fight. And there are also combat tests here too. And then there are endurance, which you use to keep your hit points. So they're the basic three that we've had for a while. The first book actually gave you logic to let you think your way out of problems too. Here you don't have that. Here we have an ability called hero points that we are added. You start with 4 with. You can also do hero checks. You roll 1d6 against your hero's score, and so you have hero checks too. And then you can use hero points to automatically win battles or automatically win rolls and that sort of thing. It's fun. So you can start with 10 points to add to your starting stats, which are 6, 6, and 20, but no more than 5 per. Since combat is the preeminent thing, that's how you roll against choosing your opponents. I put 5 points there. I also put 3 points into agility, since I would win on a 9 or lower on 2d6, pretty common. Only 10s or more would fail, and then I put the last 2 points into endurance to give myself 22 endurance. And here, the combat, instead of something like Lone Wolf, also similar to the Destiny quest, if you win, then your opponent takes damage, you don't. So, in Lone Wolf, for example, you might roll like a 6 or a 7 on a die 10, and then your opponent might take 6 or 7 damage, but then you'll still take like 1 or 2 or 3, right? Here not. So here there's definitely an emphasis on putting points into the series, into the combat skill as much as possible, because that's your primary thing. You can also do endurance tests based on your current endurance. You roll 4d6 instead of 2d6. Combat tests, agility tests, and then hero quests in this one too. So those are your sort of tests that you may take in the midst of the combat for folks, or in the game. I read this over 3 days. The first day was an hour and a half. The second day was about an hour and 15-20 minutes. And then last night I thought that I would probably only have like a half an hour left based on where I was. But it was actually more like an hour. So this was definitely a longer read. You're only playing Beowulf, just like the Alice's Return to Wonderland, where you're playing Alice only. In a longer book, although it's pretty short. I'll link to the comments below in case you're interested in checking it out. And then, because the previous few, you're actually, sometimes, in The Wicked Wizard of Oz, you can play any of the 4 characters from the Wizard of Oz. You could also do the same thing in Neverland. So this one's a little different, in that you only are playing as Beowulf. So it's definitely more like the first. I like this game a lot more than the first 3. The first one, I liked it better. Its plot, its depth, its characters, the logic, feat, and so forth. But it had the metal hedge maze, which was crazy, and had to do a walkthrough through. So I gave it a 7. And the last 2, where you're choosing your character, but also very, very, very fast reads, but are more replayable because you're choosing your character, I gave 7s too as well. But this one, with 3 hours, 3 days of reading, with a good amount each day, with just one character, even a smaller book like this, I felt that this was a much better read. So I'm giving this a 7.5. It's my favorite one in the Adventure Gamebook series so far. Now, in this one, there's actually a feat that a little fun thing that you're getting adding to it. In this, you can tell the tales of Beowulf in the past, and you will actually fight the fights themselves. You'll actually sim them. So you'll talk about your swimming exercises, or your victory over the giant trod, that sort of a thing. And then when you win it, you'll actually, if you do the thing successfully, then you'll actually get hero points that you can use. Hero points you'll also lose if you do something unheroic. So as long as you're doing heroic things, you'll definitely be getting more and more hero points. So I like that. Oh, there's a fun little addition to it. I thought that was a nice fun thing to do. So that's fun here too. So there's Beowulf Beastslayer by Jonathan Green. Again, I'm saying 7 out of 10 to for you folks. As a reminder, this channel's name is The Worst Thing About New Books. That's a quote by a French philosopher, Jacques Schubert, who said that the worst thing about them was that they kept us from reading the old ones, right? And this is definitely an older book. A few years ago, not that old, Word of series, but definitely sometimes like bringing back things people might not know about that are recent things like this series and game books generally. And then I just want to thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and investing and watching my video, because we all have so many things that are happening in our lives, right? And we're pulled in so many different directions. So the fact that you spent this time with me is definitely humbling. So what do you think? Did you agree or disagree with my 7.5 out of 10, or think it's the best one of the ones that I've read so far? Although I've got a couple more left. So I'll let me know what you think about in the comments below. And finally, if you like this video, why not hit the subscribe button, the like button if you're feeling frisky, the bell icon, and then also share it with your friends. And then thanks again.